This is The Scoop for Friday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. Florida Republicans quickly attacked the conviction of former President Trump on 34 counts of falsifying business records, while Democrats said the verdict showed that nobody is above the law. A 12-member jury returned the verdict after just one day of deliberations. Trump is the first former president to be convicted of a crime after leaving office. Even though Trump is convicted of felony and resides in Florida, which is a state that is notorious for restricting the voting rights of people with criminal records, he can still vote as long as he stays out of prison in New York State. That's because Florida defers to other states' disenfranchisement rules for residents convicted of out-of-state felonies. The head of the state's largest teachers union, Andrew Spar, says the Florida Board of Education is blaming teachers for what's wrong with public schools. Spar says public schools are underfunded and teachers are leaving in droves because of low pay.
Florida right now ranks 50th in the nation in average teacher pay, 50th, which should be an embarrassment.
He says Florida leads the nation in teacher vacancies, and data from the State Department of Education says it's likely to get worse, but a notation on the data says the information tends to be inflated. South Florida has an issue with rapidly reproducing Burmese pythons. WMNF's Chris Young tells us about the state's plan to remove as many of these invasive snakes as possible.
Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez announced that registration for the 2024 Florida Python Challenge is now open.
The Burmese python, as many of you know, is an invasive species that has wreaked havoc on our Everglades ecosystem, and it's a threat to native wildlife.
They can also spread disease. The largest python caught in the state measured over 18 feet long. The 10-day competition to kill as many pythons as possible runs from August 9th through 18th, and there are rewards too.
There are more than $25,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. So prizes are available for both the longest python caught as well as a cash prize for the most pythons caught and removed.
Last year's competition removed over 200 Burmese pythons from the Everglades. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young.
Hillsborough County Parks and Recreation is being honored for having one of the top programs nationwide, and this is the third year it's being recognized. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports the county is one of 4 national finalists.
Hillsborough Program is a national finalist in the Class 1 category for the 2024 National Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Park and Recreation Management. Rick Valdez is the department director for the county.
This award is really not just a reflection of Parks and Recreation. It's really a reflection of Hillsborough County's commitment to what we do.
The department is also being recognized for its adaptive sports program, which is sending 1 athlete to the Special Olympics. They're all a sight to see, and great athletes. They would really surprise you. It just puts a smile on my face because it's one of the programs that are like near and dear to my heart. Valdez says he thinks the program has a chance of winning the highest award called the Grand Plaque in October. Leah Burdick, WMNF, Tampa.
A coalition of environmental groups asked the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency yesterday to set water quality standards for toxins from some algae blooms. The groups argue that Florida has not adequately addressed the issue. The coalition seeks standards for what are known as cyanotoxins and says such standards are needed to meet requirements of the Federal Clean Water Act. There's a chance of scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. It will be dangerously hot with highs in the high 90s. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, overnight lows in the low 70s. Tomorrow, breezy, mostly sunny and dangerously hot again with highs in the mid 90s.